We all know that technology moves fast. It moves faster than institutions and policy, moves faster than regulation. How could we close that gap as we have new technologies going to the market and we have new industries emerging and industries being reshaped by technology advancement?
Regulation is not just in the realm of government. It hasn't been for a long time, but I think not all the governments have adopted this in the same sense. Many governments still think that regulation is in their realm, and that they take those decisions. But it needs to be much more collaborative. It needs to be cut across the different stakeholders as well.
What can governments do to reform and streamline their regulatory processes? Who do we need to hear from more? And what disciplines need to contribute to the conversation around regulating emerging technologies?
I think transparency in the process of creating new regulation is for fundamental importance for investors. As we all know, investment is what we need for innovation and for the big change we need to do in our system going to the energy transition, to the net zero new era.
The government's digitalization of energy task force is how digitalization and innovation, very much part of picking up on Margaretta's point, is actually breaking down the silos of these industry-focused regulations, blurring the boundaries, and starting to actually create, and I don't, sort of envy them, real problems for regulators. Because certainly when we start to look at digitalization, we start to look at all this great innovation stuff, everything is underpinned by communications.
Can we, together with the industry regulator, to look at what can we do to make sure that the technology has been deployed in a very safe environment? So it's all started with the sandbox approach, where we start really small to show to the regulator on how can it be done properly. So I think that is the importance of National Regulatory Sandbox, where we really promote the innovation-driven and adaptive policy making.